everyone. My name is Kennedy Smith. I'm from California. This Thursday, I'll begin my second year of teaching, and I teach third grade. I'm just finishing up my first graduate course at Grand Canyon University. Going through the Dispositions self-assessment has caused me to reflect on some strengths that I have as well as some areas of growth. A strength of mine is building genuine positive relationships with students. I'm a naturally charismatic person who gets along well with others. Last year, during my first year of teaching, I was able to build and maintain positive relationships with all of my students by taking the time to have a personal connection with each of them. I did this by keeping in contact with parents and knowing what my students' interests were outside of school. I also have a lot of respect and admiration for the diversity of my students. Each student has a unique culture, ethnicity, and family life. The uniqueness of each child is what helps to create a positive and diverse classroom culture. Another strength of mine is reflection that leads to growth. Growing up and through college, I played softball. So from a young age, I was taught that reflecting on games and practices will lead to better outcomes. This translated easily over to teaching. Since I'm a second-year teacher in California, I'm enrolled in the induction program. The induction program allows for a lot of reflection in my teaching practice. I'm able to meet with my mentor once a week, and I use their advice of my mentor to grow as a professional. And so we just discuss different issues that are going on in my classroom, in the school, and just plan for my students as well. I've also been fortunate enough to go observe other teachers and reflect on how their teaching practices could help improve my own skills. I maintain high expectations for both my students and I. I give students goals that they are working toward that are realistic and yet will challenge them at the same time. These goals are based off of their individual data. I also maintain high expectations for myself. I'm committed to the teaching profession and want to do all of my responsibilities well. As a teacher, it is so important to model integrity and ethical behavior. The students that are in my classroom are going to be leaders in the world someday. It is my responsibility to model positive behavior that is both ethical and honest. Children, especially third graders, are at an impressionable age and often mirror what they see. I do my best to model these positive habits for students every day. And as I mentioned earlier, I also have some growth areas. One of these areas is curiosity and active inquiry. Since it is only my second year of teaching, I feel like there are many ways that I can make academic content more engaging for students. And that's actually one of the reasons why I started my master's degree in curriculum and instruction. Learning new ways to engage students will also help amp up the curiosity level in my classroom. Another growth area for me is social justice and fairness. I had a lot of girl drama in my class last year, so I want to incorporate more lessons on kindness and compassion, and hopefully this will help my students get along better out on the yard. I also struggle with finding the balance between fairness and equity. Should all students get the same amount of teacher support, or should struggling students have more time with the teacher? This year, I want to get better at being more equitable to my students. Not every student needs the same number of minutes with the teacher to be successful. I'm really excited for this upcoming school year where I can continue my growth in the teaching profession. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!